Thank you, Nicola. My apologies. There's no audio. I've been talking to myself for 5 minutes. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are having a great morning. I only had 2 hours of sleep, so I'm very tired. So if my energy gets a little low after 10 o'clock, I apologize. I can't help it. Applejacks, you're starting early this morning. I'm interested to see if we take out the prior low as well. Where is it at? 399. We're only 40 points away, so probably. Yes, CJ, I just fixed it. Sorry. You're back for the good vibes and chill music. Welcome back. Good morning, online safety. But yeah, good morning, Amelia. I didn't go to bed till almost 2 o'clock, and I had to wake up at 3:45 in the morning to be an airport driver for my mom. And got back home, and I just knew I was going to be sleepy. I was wide awake. I could not go back to sleep. I did not go back to sleep till 7:45, and my alarm goes off at 8. So I pushed the alarm back to like 8:15. And did it not take everything in me to just not trade, especially because I looked in the Discord and people were talking about Rhythmic was disconnecting them and stuff. I was like, look, this is the perfect morning for me to say, this, I'm going to sleep. But I'm here. Unwillingly, but I'm here. I am here. But yeah, so I only took one trade this morning besides the break even you guys just saw. I only broke even because the prior close was there, and I didn't know if we were going to be able to push through it. I have to break even here. Lots of break evens today, but I had to break even. The zigzag just changed on me right there, so sucky. But anyway, so the very first trade that I took that lost, it was a divergence trade. And so what I was saying was I was kind of already a little bit iffy on it, because with that particular divergence trade, right, where the current swing before my entry bar is there's more volume in that swing. So like here, there was more volume in this swing than the previous swing. Not now, but in the trade I was talking about. And so right now my rules are pretty specific. However, it's like, I either want the volume to look like this, but if it doesn't look like this and it's instead reacting off of a level like a VWAP or the overnight low or something like that, then I just take the trade. Like if there's a level there, just take it. But I think there still needs to be a specific volume pattern if it touches a level. So once the market slows down a little bit, I'm going to look a little bit more into that, because I'm pretty sure it needs to be more specific than this volume or hit a level. It needs to be more specific than that. So, so far I can see a pattern if the previous reversal bar touched like my minor level or something, but with that trade, it didn't touch anything. So the only thing it had was that level to react off of. So I just got to look a little bit deeper into that, and then I'll be good. I'll be able to tell y'all like if that's a trade that I won't be taking in the future, because like I said, I had a little hunch. I did. So we'll see. All right. But yeah, there were people in Discord this morning. Definitely complaining about Rhythmic. So I was like, people were saying they were disconnected, they were stuck in trades they couldn't get out of and stuff, and I was just worried that I was going to have the same issues. But to be honest with you guys, I've never had issues except like the widespread ones. So I don't know what day it is. I haven't stepped outside the house in 3 days. Listen, Amelia, I typically leave my house like once a week. Okay, I don't like outside. Every time I go outside, somebody pisses me off and reminds me of why I stay inside. But in the last week, no lie, week and a half, I have been outside my house like 5 days, and I just feel exhausted. please stop inviting me places. Please stop asking me to do things. Like, I had no plans to leave my house yesterday, and my bonus dad called and was like, hey, I need you to run by the house and go get this and bring it to me downtown. Downtown? I have not been downtown in 5 years. And downtown is just 20 miles away. But I love him, so I left my house. And then I said, okay, well, I'm not leaving my house again until I have to pick my mom up from the airport when she comes back from her trip. And then I remembered that my niece, her first t-ball game is Saturday. So I must leave my house again in 2 days. And I'm not happy at all. At all. You heard the short sound. What's weird is my rhythmic has been fine. Yeah, mine has been fine so far too, but I never put things past, like, you know, people will sometimes say like, oh, all my other accounts are fine. It's just Apex. And I wouldn't be surprised. Like, sometimes people are just being trolls, but other times I'm not surprised because, I mean, how can you compare the two servers or the 3 servers? If Apex has significantly more volume because they have significantly more accounts to service, of course, if something is going on with Rhythmic and, you know, Apex, it might not be happening with whoever else you're with. So I don't know. People don't think about that part, I don't think. Because that definitely matters. Definitely matters. All right, we pushed too far there. I thought we were going to be able to get a reaction at the VWAP, but we did not. So my goal is to not sit out of trades like every other day, not be any trades that I'm not supposed to be in, and also to not make mistakes based off of me being tired. Yeah. I need to put Clown and KeAmber stream in my trading plan. Please do. It wakes me up. Yeah, no downtown. I cannot stand it. If it's not the suburbs, please don't ask me to do it. Please don't. Matter of fact, I know for sure the last time I was downtown was 5 years ago because I had a friend. I was coming back from a travel nurse assignment in California, and I had flew my friend out to California to help me drive back to Missouri from California, which is a very long way. And because he had never been here before, I showed him around, took him to the Arch, the zoo, those kind of things. And the zoo is not really downtown, it's kind of in the city, but it's like on the outskirts of kind of being down there. And then the Arch definitely is downtown, and that was the last time I've been downtown. I just don't frequent those pods. Let's see. But yeah, let's see what we can get. I did also have to look at some things with my regular pullbacks yesterday. The very first trade that I lost yesterday, I feel like it was before I got on stream. I'm not sure. I don't damn remember. But either way, it was one of my regular pullbacks. And I just had a feeling that something needed to be kind of done with it. So I did look through that, which was important. And I realized like that a certain pattern that I had been trading, because I just noticed like this is losing a little bit more often than I should be. It's basically a break even over time. So I did go ahead and define those rules a lot more. It took me a while, like no lie, just the regular pullbacks, just that little thing took me at least an hour and some change to really like analyze the data and try to make sense of what was in front of me. It took way longer than I thought it would, but I finally got through it, surprisingly. Surprisingly. And you would think with a regular pullback it shouldn't be that difficult to figure out, but it was. All right, okay. All right, or you could just do that. I thought we were gonna reject off of 447, but we did not. What is, oh, it's a hairband. So yeah, what I really had to pay attention to was how I was defining like my regular pullbacks if they didn't pull all the way back to my minor level. When it pulls back all the way to my minor level, the way I define that part, okay, you're loud. The way I define those trades is totally different than how I define it if it doesn't pull all the way back. So yeah, I had to redefine that, which was pretty surprising actually. I was about to say, we got more news coming. We do. Natural gas is coming at 9:30. There's just no pullbacks that I'm interested in at the moment. Yeah. Chicago is greater than. Now Applejacks. Why would you say such a thing? Do you want to get kicked out today? What? What? No. No, ma'am. It's not. Not even close. Trenches would love for you to say that, but don't start no beef between me and Trenches, because that's what it's gonna turn into. 302. But yeah, it just small stuff that I gotta finish going through, but I think I'm good. 302. Oh, please don't fail me now. Of course. Of course. Less than that. Alright, so that's just a trade that I just lost because that is a valid trade, so I'm okay with that loss. But yeah, that divergence trade, you know what? I can start looking at it now. The market's kind of slowing up a little bit. Let me see something real quick. Win, loss. Trenches agrees. Y'all getting kicked out of this. Well, you know what? Y'all are both out of here. No, one of my best friends is actually two of my best friends are from Chicago. So I love Chicago, but I just don't think it's better than St. Louis. Now that's a dub. All right. The main thing that I'm hoping, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, is that by the end of this week, I don't regret not starting my account over. Not purposely failing that first 50K account. I hope I don't regret it, but I have a feeling I'm gonna regret it. But we'll see how the rest of the session goes today. I mean, it's already past the renewal, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm only missing like $385 of drawdown, but still, we'll see. You do be influencing me to be even more detailed in my analysis and journaling. We're both analytical, but sometimes I get in my own way. Look, it can be frustrating. I tell you all the time, but you're going to be happy that you did it in the end. It sucks because when you're over analytical and an overthinker, it does suck. I'm not going to lie. Because you feel like everything, especially when it comes to something like this, where it's a skill you're trying to master, you just always feel like I'm missing something, like something's got to be. Well, sometimes you just have so much data that tells you it's okay. It's just a loss, and losses are going to happen, and it is what it is. But for me, like, I want everything to make sense. I want to be able to quantify everything. Like, and with me kind of fixing and adjusting volume and stuff, my volume requirements for the trades, always by the time it's like solidified, look, we got enough data, there's nothing we can do here. Almost always I go back and I'm like, okay, so where it's at right now, it all makes sense. And you'll get to that point too, like where you just realize you have to trust yourself. Overthinkers, we don't trust ourselves, which is crazy, because as much as detailed as we are and as analytical as we are, we should trust ourselves more than anybody else, because we've analyzed it down to the bone. So you would think that we would trust ourselves more. But for me, I always feel like, is there a piece that I'm missing here? And most of the time so far, of course, because I'm still putting things together, it's still a missing piece. But for the parts of my setups where I'm like, no, this is what it is, it's just like, yo, this is a loss. There's no question marks here. If I don't have any question marks, it means that I have enough statistical data over an 8-week period that I just know it is what it is. If there was 20 setups, this was the second loss. It is what it is. There ain't nothing you could do. It looks exactly like all the wins. Whatever. But we gotta trust ourselves more. When you know what you're doing, you gotta trust yourself more. A lot of choppiness around here. But I ain't gonna lie to you, at some points I just be feeling like, you know what, we're just gonna, every time there's a lower high with a red zigzag, we just gonna take it. Boom, boom. Then we would just take this green there, and you know what, that's just the loss. 2 wins, a third win, and 1 loss. It is what it is. That's where I be wanting to get to sometimes. But I can't. Because I know at some point it's going to screw me, because that's how I started trading. The strategy was kind of that. So I know it's going to screw me in the end at some point. So that's why I want to be more detailed. All right, we got 7 minutes till news. We could just get back to break even. I'll be a happy camper. I will be a happy camper. 226. We're at the prior close. It's freezing. Oh, let me finish. I'm really just trying to wait for the next pullback. The divergence is invalid, so are we really gonna push all the way back up there? What is the goodness? And I already know what I'm looking for when this reversal bar finally happens. It's just a matter of when is it going to happen. And I don't want it to rotate over this pivot level. That's what I don't want. I mean, the swings today are literally insane. 226. It's an old zone. Like, how far are you gonna push here, buddy? All right, that trade is invalidated. And that's why, as much as I want to just, hey, let's just take every dang on buy that looks like this, higher low with a green zigzag, this is why I don't do it. Trade invalidated itself, and guess what? Went 3 ticks in my direction and immediately failed. So I can't be lazy and just trade that way as much as I wanna. Maybe. I still can't figure out what pattern I want to look for. I can't make that a thing. I can't make that a thing either. I don't freaking know. My brain hurts. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? I've been spending my time out getting my mind together and working on getting out of debt, which made me think of you. Hey, listen, being debt free is the way to go. I'm telling you, I was just talking to my best friend since I couldn't fall asleep, and he's a truck driver. I just called him early because I knew he was going to work. And I was just telling him, you know, about the trading stuff that was going on or whatever, and how I'm starting to see progress and stuff. And he was like, you know, you have always prepared yourself for so many things that it's like you see things before they happen. When I was getting out of debt, because I didn't do it like the Dave Ramsey way of just keeping $1,000 in savings and then just throwing everything else at debt, which never made sense to me because emergencies happen. But I was still saving while I was getting out of debt. And of course, once I got out of debt, I was continuing to save like a mad woman. Like, I was debt free when I went on my nursing assignments, travel assignments, you know, whatever I was doing, I was always saving. And basically what I would do was whatever money that I did not spend for that month on expenses, whether it was, you know, regular living expenses, miscellaneous stuff, whatever it was, I put it into savings. And that was the smartest thing I've ever done. Because for me to basically have been out of work for almost 2 years, I probably haven't even gone through half of my money. And I have a lot of money. Like, I could go another 2.5 years without working easily, you know, and it was the best thing I ever did. When you don't owe people, life is so much easier. That's another reason why I've always said, like, I'm going to always pay for lifetime accounts with Apex. And any prop firm that does not have lifetime, I would never trade with them because I don't want to owe anyone every single month. I don't. It's enough owing you an eval fee. But I don't want to owe. Like, to know that 20 accounts on monthly is $1,700 a month. Huh? That's a mortgage. That's rent. You think I'm going to owe that in fees every month? Hell no. Now, don't get me wrong. I never planned to be out of work for 2 years. I was forced here. We talked about it, where I just was losing my hours to a girl who failed her boards twice. She was not licensed, and she was taking nursing positions, nursing shifts, because her mom used to be the manager. That's insane to me, but whatever. And because I worked in psych, and psych is not, we don't have a lot of psych facilities here. So I already knew, you know, my time was coming to an end, and I never planned to retire from nursing, ever. It was never my goal, ever in life. So, hey, why not use this time to get where you want to get to? Why not? It's what I've wanted to do anyway, so might as well. And it helped me to stay focused this entire time. It's helped me to not quit this entire time. Because you ain't got nothing to fall back on anyway. So what you quitting for? I'm looking to buy off of this rotation level if we close here. Alright. And I went back and looked at one of the... I looked back at the video yesterday. I went to a specific part because when I was journaling, I said, why didn't I take this trade? And I told myself, I said, I bet you said that the volume didn't look how you wanted it to. That's exactly what I said. I said, I wanted to get into this, but there was too much volume in this candle. It didn't matter because we were rotating over a sell rotation level. I remember it was a sale yesterday. So good thing I remembered that in that trade. But yeah, and you're able to focus when you don't need to hurry up and succeed with trading from a monetary aspect. It helps. I think that contributes to me not going on tilt because I'm not trying to force anything, you know, and I think it's helped me during this process. But I'm rounding the corner, y'all. I'm rounding the corner. And I think that the divergence trade that I took earlier is going to be a not anymore from here on out. 2, 1. I think I'd rather just... Yeah, I figured it out. So this one needs to be... We don't like this trade. So if it's a level, it needs to be... Alright, yeah, so we can mitigate that. So I would be break even right now instead of being down a little bit. The benefits of journaling. Now the question is, I think that's a thing that I put and it's not right. It's not right. Smoke, purple, cream, greens. This is like a really weird area. Is it not? Yeah, kind of. All right, I'm gonna sit out of this trade. You guys can see that we're at the if it pushes up from here, it's pushing off of the pivot level, which, all right, now things are changing a little bit. But if it validates itself, I will stay. Oh wait, no, it's invalidated now. Forget it. Forget what I said. Trade's invalid now. It pushed down too far. I would have wanted it to wick off of 498 instead of 498 going through the body of the candle. So false alarm. False alarm. All right, I need to see something real quick. That one doesn't count. That one doesn't count. I think I have a defined rule in here that I don't like anymore for that particular divergence. Where basically if it's like a stair step of volume, like this swing is more than this swing is more than this swing. Basically, I have it to where I don't take divergence like that at all, but I think it's because my volume requirements at the time were not what it is now. So I'm just kind of like going back through my Excel sheet at least to see. All right, that doesn't count either. That one doesn't. That one doesn't. Yeah, I think the volume requirements that I was looking at was just wrong. Yeah, all right, so I don't have to be so restrictive with that anymore. Cool. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. Alright, so I did sit out of that one for no reason. Alright, so I could have gotten into that buy. I just didn't. I told y'all my brain is gonna be a little discombobulated today because I'm sleepy. But yeah, I definitely should have been in that trade. Perfect buy off of the bias change zone. There, just divergence. We reacted off of the a buy rotation level, so it's not like it was a sell rotation level. We were reacting off a buy rotation level. It also reacted off my minor and major levels, which for that particular divergence I can do. It was just a big pullback the bias was still an uptrend, so I should have been in the trade. You truly inspire me to continually propel me forward in trading. Your resilience, positivity, and determination serve as a constant source. Lisa, don't make me cry. Girl, when I'm sleepy, I'm emotional. I'm happy about, thank you. I really appreciate that. You're gonna make me cry. I'm a Cancer girl. I'm emotional all the time. I'm really gonna cry for real. That makes me happy. And I'm gonna stop talking before I cry. But for real, that makes me happy for real. Because that is the whole purpose of me wanting to come to YouTube, to be an inspiration, to be transparent about frustrations, to show y'all that if you stick with it, you will get where you're trying to get to. And even though I have not reached the finish line all the way yet, you can literally just go to my channel and click the live tab and see all the progress that I've made since I've been on YouTube. It's a lot and it can be stressful trying to be resilient all the time and trying to persevere, but the light is always at the end of the tunnel. There's always a rainbow at the end of the storms. Always. I'm one of those people where I definitely take lemons and I make lemonade out of it, because most people who would be put in the position that I was in with me losing my hours and stuff, man, that would send some people into a downward spiral, right? But for me, I told my mom, which my mom is a constant source of support for me. You know, my mom was even like, look, I work. I don't need you to help me with the bills. If it takes you time to get where you want to get with trading, I know how important trading has been for you. And I'm like, girl, I'm grown. I'm not finna live in here rent free. But just the fact that I have her support means everything to me. I tell my mom all the time. And that's probably why I am the way that I am. Because of her, for real. I'm not gonna lie. Because of her. It is because of her. I thought I missed out on this sale, but I didn't. But yeah. Lisa, you almost made me cry up in here. You almost made me cry. Yeah. I'm just really thankful for you guys, for real. I'm thankful for the community that we are building. I really am. Because honestly, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't get up every morning to trade. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd be taking breaks. I don't feel like it today. You guys are like my accountability partners, my support system. You know, and to know that you have strangers and people that you know, of course, as well. But to know that you have strangers that are rooting for you, bar none. Bar none. The thug barrier is down, attack. You could ask the rainbow. Life is full of ups and downs, and at the end, it's still a pot of gold. Yes. Yes. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It took me a long time to get to that point of having that thought process, for real. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm not a pessimistic person, but I'm not an optimistic person either. I'm a realist, which I'm pretty sure you guys can tell by now. Y'all can tell with my personality. I'm just a realist. So I just used to be one of those people, especially like growing up dealing with depression and anxiety and all these things like since childhood. It's very easy to just get caught up in a cycle of like negative thoughts, feeling like the world is against you, feeling like no matter what, you're not going to get through something. It's very easy to get caught up in that stuff, right? But as I've gotten older, I've always just remembered, like, you're still here. Sometimes you can think back to like the worst of the worst time, and it's like, you survived it. So the next thing that comes up that's not even half as bad as the previous thing, you survived it. It's okay. Figure out how to weather the storm. For me, it's always like, how am I going to get through this emotionally without falling into a depression, without having a whole bunch of anxiety about something? That's like what gets me. I know I'm going to get through it, but how bad am I going to suffer mentally while I'm at it? That's always my problem. But I just feel like, not to say everything happens for a reason, because some things shouldn't be happening, but for the most part, most things that are not like tragic events or traumatic events, most things happen for a reason. I genuinely feel like the reason why I lost the hours at my job was to force me to focus on trading, because otherwise I would not have. That's 1000% real. I was on a roll, okay? I was making over $40 an hour and I barely had to do anything. My job was very easy. I always worked overnight, because I don't want to deal with people talking to me for 12 and a half hours, 13 hours. Who want to do that? I want to come in, give you your medication, you sleep for the next 10 hours. I see you in the morning. And it wasn't because I was lazy or anything. I mean, I did my job very well. But I don't want to deal with doctors coming in and out all day, writing new orders, doing this, doing that, giving meds 3 times a day, taking them to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not my ministry. But forcing me back into this, blessing in disguise. Even though I have not even reached my goals yet, still, for me, it's a blessing in disguise. Because I wouldn't be on YouTube right now if I didn't lose my hours. I wouldn't. I talk to my best friend about it all the time. He was like, Key, this is the longest that you've stuck to trading without quitting. I'm like, I know. It's all because of YouTube. He knows, because I would leave his ass high and dry. You know what? You'll be trading by yourself, buddy, for the next 6 months. Deal with it. He would be so mad too, and I didn't care. Ooh. And actually, it's not invalid yet. See if we can get a... Nope. I was hoping we could get a push off the top of the zone. I told you guys, I still don't know if I want to do that, but lately it's been working out. But yeah, that time it just didn't. But yeah, trying to make sure. Yeah, that was exactly how I wanted it to look. We just couldn't push. And I might honestly get to a point where I go back to not trading off the top of the zone, the initial, because we just changed trends. So I don't really want to see it touch the top of the zone. But the last 2 times I took this exact trade, it worked out. And it's worked out previously as well. So I don't know. Just iffy about it. We'll see what happens long term. What am I? Back down to 220. All right. But I don't want to sit out too much. We already sat out of 1 trade, which would have us back at -1 something instead of being -220. And this is why I kept saying I have to stop sitting out of trades. I have to stop. Because it's always the trades that you sit out of that win. Yeah. I'm finna load me up a Renko chart. Go away, Trenches. I'm off this shit. Mine don't even look like hers. What does yours look like? Oh. Trenches, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You are silly. It's a great perspective to have. Yeah, took me a long time, but I feel like God is not allowing me to get another job because he knows I want to help build his kingdom with my freedom of trading and blessing others with his skill. That might be the thing. Everything has a silver lining. There's a thin line between almost any thought process that you can have, right? And I don't feel like I'm one of those people where I don't have a problem with jobs, right? I don't in any way, shape, or form. I loved my career as a nurse. However, I knew that I wasn't going to be a 60-year-old nurse. I knew I wasn't even going to be a 40-year-old nurse. I just knew that for myself. And I feel like when you are blessed with certain skills or the ability to learn certain skills that will allow you to not have to depend on a job, utilize it. I tell people all the time, like, we have so many more opportunities than our parents, than our grandparents, and of course, our great-grandparents. With the way of the internet, the ability to learn things, whether it's through YouTube University, courses, whatever, like, there's so much out here for us to be able to take advantage of, to where if you want to have a certain business, you can do that. It might take some hustle and bustle, but you can do that. If you want to learn how to trade, if you want to learn some other kind of skill or trade, you can do that. I am one of those people, like, I always tell people, for all we know, we got one life to live. Why not live in it? Why not live it doing what you actually want to do? Are you going to have to sometimes, like, take a step back and, all right, this is not working out right now. I need to do a temporary pivot. Maybe I need to go back to a job real quick, build my money back up, and take another break to really follow my dreams. Yeah, sometimes you got to pivot and it's cool. But what you should never do is get stuck doing something for money because you have to, when you have so many opportunities to get where you want to be, however you want to do that. That's just always my thought process. I can't get stuck in a job. I'm too creative. I have too many skills. Like, legit, I told y'all weeks ago, trading is the only thing I've ever put my mind to that I have not mastered yet. But I only didn't master it because I kept quitting. And if mastering trading and developing that skill is not only going to get me, it's not only going to be it's like the final boss on a game, right? I've beat every other boss. I've done everything I've wanted to do. I've succeeded in areas that I've wanted to succeed at in life already. So now I'm trying to beat this final boss. But this time when I beat the final boss, I win in life. Because the way you can print money on charts when you know what you're doing. Yes, money doesn't buy happiness, but you're able to live the life that you want to live. Are you still going to have ups and downs? Yeah. Are you still going to deal with stupid people in life? Yeah. Might you still have relationship issues, family issues? Yeah. But guess what? You'll still be able to do whatever you want to do in life, whether it's traveling, buying this, doing this, just having the time freedom. For me, it's all about the time freedom. I only trade 12 and a half hours a week. That's equivalent to one nursing shift. If I can just make my nursing salary, basically working one nursing shift a week with trading, I'm cool. I don't even have to be one of those $500,000 a year traders. I will be one day, and you can mark that in your calendar. I said it on today. But I don't even have to be that. I just care about the time freedom. My nephew is graduating from kindergarten in a couple of weeks. Most people are not going to be able to be there to support him because they work. On that day, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm either not going to trade at all, or I'm just going to trade the first 30 minutes. And maybe by then I will just go ahead and start trading like right at the open. I'm not sure. A lot of times I'm discombobulated in the morning. I'm getting on right at the last second. So we'll see. But just being able to have the time freedom to say, oh no, Like, yeah, it'd be nice to make some money in the markets that day, but guess what? If I'm on PAs by then, guess what that day is going to be? A flip day, because I want to support my nephew and I got the time freedom to do it. Time freedom is everything. Good morning, Rio. I use that exact same analogy. We will be our own money printers. Facts. Super facts. Came in at the right time. Money don't bring happiness. Hello? When people say, oh, money don't buy happiness, or money is the root of all evil, which is not what the freaking... It's not it. But being broke don't make you happy either. Matter of fact, I'd rather be a little bit more stressed out but have money to fix a couple of problems than be broke and be stressed out. And some of the shit that's stressing me out is money related and I can't even fix it. So I'd rather be stressed out with money than stressed out and broke. Okay? And that's just that on that. Would I put my rent on my credit card or straight? Girl, get out of my stream, y'all. That's my little sister. Get out of my stream. What do you want, child? Y'all, like this is my little sister. Why didn't you text me this? Why is you even on my YouTube? Who told you I was streaming? Ma'am. Girl. Y'all, she is cuckoo cuckoo. Why didn't you text me this? I'm going to tell y'all right now what her answer is going to be. You respond to my text message in 3 business days. Watch. Watch. I told y'all. Oh my God, you won't answer your phone. You didn't even call me. Little sisters. Hi, little sister. You know this is my straight access, girl. You are crazy. Hi, my little sister. She's my little baby, guys. Girl, call me when my stream over. I answer every little question that you got, honey bun. Hold on, y'all. I might have a trade setting up. If price oh, nope. All right, so I definitely have to be real careful. Ooh, break even. That's not that. It almost reached where I wanted it to reach, but it did not. 361. Nope. See, it's good that I got out. I would have lost it. It would have wicked me out right there. There was only like I needed another 20 in volume for it to work out, but I'm glad I caught it. 361. I mean, we're just not getting anything today. This sounds like an exchange with your brother. Girl, because she just swear up and down. She didn't even call me. Oh, wait. She could have called me. My phone is on Do Not Disturb. Wait, no, it's not. Screw her. She didn't call me. But she tells everybody that I respond in 3 to 5 business days, sometimes 5 to 7. So when people be like, you ain't respond to my text, look, ask my sister. It takes me a while. I'm on a mission, y'all. I'm either on here with y'all, journaling, or back testing / reviewing my trades over the last 2 months. That's all I'm doing. And eventually, I get on the game because I start getting stressed out with stuff and I'm like, time to take a break. All right, no sell here. The low of this bar is 521 and the VWAP is at 520.77. So we count that as a VWAP touch. Where am I down? 222. All right. I'm just hoping that we stay under 250. Kind of sucks. I had a really great start to the week. Yesterday wasn't horrible. Today isn't horrible either, but I definitely didn't have to have a negative day yesterday, and I'm quite sure I didn't have to have one today either. So that sucks sometimes, but see 350. All right, we've pushed down too far. What happened to your research and development text back, ma'am? Because it's almost 3 to 5 business days. You just text me this yesterday, ma'am. And I told you to give me some time. It might take more than 5 business days. I'm on a mission right now. Your sister is trying to get rich. And my bro said, and when you do hit your sister up, because he's tired of being the only one I talk to. Listen, y'all, let me tell y'all something. My sister is a very talkative person. We are so different. My sister is a socializer. She likes having people to talk to. Me, get out of my face. I want to be by myself. Leave me alone. We're very different. Very much so. All right, this is just a lot going on. All right, well, that's null and void. So you tell your man that I am not here to entertain you, okay? That's what him is for. And that's what your mama for too. And you know what? Now I see why you here. Your mama is gone. So now you think I'm finna replace your mama. You ain't finna sit on the phone with me all day, girl. I can buy it for you when I get rich. Yes. Actually, I can. So if you leave me be and let me get rich real quick, I can buy it for you. Applejack's, look, don't feel sorry for her. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Let's see, that's are we not gonna get the push down? I just want to push down right here. Okay, maybe we didn't want the push down right there. What the fuck? Y'all, I should have stayed asleep today. That's what I should have did. That's gonna lose. I should have stayed asleep. That's the easy way out. I should have stayed asleep. It literally came 2 ticks from moving my stop loss to break even. I should have stayed asleep. This is also a problem with not taking every trade is that the first 3 days of this week, I think there should have only been one loss total. But I sat out of so many trades. And then, some of my losses were just things that I have to work through or whatever, like the divergence trade this morning, whatever. But it's like knowing that once I get things all the way situated and I don't sit out of trades, I would be able to cover days like today. The reality is, part of me doesn't even want to trade FOMC week, but I can't do that because even earlier. Good morning, UZ Music TV. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the sub. Welcome in. But yeah, the reality is I don't want to ever not trade a specific day because of news, a specific week because of news, especially because honestly, historically speaking, my strategies still work in FOMC weeks. But just based on how this week was going so far, part of me was like, man, let's just not trade Thursday and Friday. But y'all know me, I have to still do it. And it's still a good thing that I did, because if I didn't trade this morning right, I wouldn't have had that divergence loss that would have made me go back and kind of reorganize my thinking with that particular setup. Even this, I'm probably going to rethink this as well, because it wasn't the volume pattern that I was looking for, right? But I was banking on us still kind of rotating over this level, even though it's a buy rotation level and we're going for a sell. I was kind of banking on that helping it. But I think that part of my rule where it needs to be the volume pattern or it needs to be at a specific level like this is either usually a VWAP or a rotation level. I think it needs to be below my minor level for a sale. So my minor levels where I just drew the yellow line, I think I needed this to be below my minor level for the, hey, you don't need this volume pattern because the level is there to work out. So I'm going to look that over today. Who knows when I'll get some sleep. But I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. Pretty sure. Because the rotation level is the only level that I allow to be outside of my minor level, and I take those counter trend trades because that basically is a sell to try to change the trend to a downtrend. Oh, why would you do that? But yeah, so it's little small things like that where I could make it to where, or the level is there, but it probably needs to be specific, in a specific place. It's probably what it needs to be. All right, that just invalidated itself. That's invalid. I would have to break even. Zigzag change, which I don't even think it would have broken even in time. But I can say that there's a lot of trades like this one right here, right? Where I have rules for, and when it doesn't work out, I'm like, me getting those rules together was great, because I immediately knew this was not a valid trade. You would think that we have some divergence here creating a double top at the overnight high. Why wouldn't it push down? Volume. Nutty's Ninja is totally down. Oh no. I'm here to connect with the people, keep them engaged when you ain't talking to them. Girl, if you ain't gotta go to work. Guys, you guys are gonna see me block my first viewer. It hits my sister. You want pizza for lunch? Abs be damn. Get you a cauliflower pizza. They're more expensive, but they're good, and you won't be bloated. Have I ever signed up to try the sniper trades thing? Nope. No, so at one point, I will tell you, at one point last year, like when I was first kind of starting to get back into trading, I wasn't fully back in yet, but I was like, if I can't get a strategy together by XYZ date, then I'm going to sign up for the sniper system, because I do want to be a scalper, and that's pretty much what that course specializes in, using diagnostic bars to scalp. But in the end, I didn't do it. I didn't meet the goal of finishing the strategy in time, but I also I just know myself. I've spent so much money and time on learning different people's strategies, taking different people's courses, that I just know I had to develop something for myself. That was the only way it was going to work out, honestly. So, yeah, it's taking extra time, but once everything's solidified, it's mine. I can understand it. It makes sense for me. It's not difficult for me to understand. But yeah. Pickleman's got good. This girl, go to work. But no, Pickleman's does have good cauliflower pizza. You are right. I like the idea of using order flow, but wow, it's a lot of different colors on a chart. Yeah. That's why certain strategies are either too basic, where I'm going to overanalyze myself out. And you would think that a person who's an overthinker might want more data to look at, but sometimes it's too much data. And order flow for me is too much. I will tell you this. So Trade Devils is a NinjaTrader vendor who I absolutely love their products. I don't use any right now. I don't think. No. But I do love the fact that they give you a 7-day free trial for any of their indicators. So they have a couple of order flow indicators, one of which was the one that I told you guys I tried out a couple weeks ago. It was an order flow zigzag. I thought that I wanted to use it. I did not. It was totally different than the zigzag that I use right now, which this zigzag is based on volume, so that's enough. But I thought I wanted an order flow version, but you had to define your own number of ticks or ATR or percentage, and I didn't want to do all of that. That's too much. But they do also have an order flow. It's a bot that you can use, an auto trader, whatever. They have that. They have a couple of other order flow products that are pretty decent. So I do like that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was thinking about this. Gonna sound real crazy. The WADA ATAR explosion indicator that Nutty uses. I am this close to at least getting the 7-day trial for it, putting it on a 2-minute chart like he trades, and using it. Because I don't know if y'all ever pay attention. I don't know if it works on other time frames, but on a 2-minute chart, that thing is very accurate. And I want to see if it could be accurate for my Rinko charts as well, because there is a free version of a WADA indicator that I had downloaded, but it doesn't change the color of the MA that's in that indicator. It doesn't change the color of that. So it was kind of not useful like Nutty's is. But if you guys pay attention, whenever, I don't know what EMA or SMA, I think he uses an EMA. I feel like it's a 21 EMA. And then he has the VWAP on there, which is probably just the middle VWAP level. But if price is underneath both the MA and the VWAP, and the MA inside of the WADA is red, and a red bar closes above the MA on that indicator, you can take a trade. You can take the sell. Same thing for the buy. The MA on the WADA needs to be green. a green bar closes above the MA on that indicator and you're above the EMA and the VWAP, take the buy. If you pay attention to his stream, even if he's not taking the trades, because he doesn't use the WADA like in the way it should be used. But if you pay attention, just look at the bottom of his screen while he's trading, even if he's not taking trades, just look at that indicator and look at how many times that WADA does exactly what I just said and when you can get in trades. Now, I don't know like how long you can hold the trades for. I don't know if there's like a good I don't feel like you could do like a set stop loss and take profit kind of thing. I mean, take profit, yes, but I don't think you could do a set stop loss because of course with you being on time-based candles, your stop loss is going to be different based on the volume and the price movement of the candle. But I'm telling you, pay attention. The indicator is only 169, I think, but like I said, you could do a free 7-day trial. I'm very close to doing so. The only other reason why I didn't do the 7-day trial with Trade Devils for that indicator is because even though that other WADA wasn't changing the MA the way that I like the color of the MA, I did notice that just like with most indicators, it acts completely different on Rinkos than it does a time-based chart or like a tick-based chart or something. So I don't know if I'll be able to utilize it with my strategy or not, but I've been thinking about doing it. Ain't gonna lie. Trade Devils, yeah. Nobody is in this office but you. What's the name of the YouTuber? Yeah, Nutty Bar Trading. Telling y'all, pay attention to it. It's a great indicator. And I'm so close to getting it. I don't even need it. I don't need it. But stuff like that, like I just want to focus and solidify on what I'm trying to finish fixing with my own strategy. And that would just be something where like low key, high key, I would just get an account that I only trade that strategy with and just let it go. Because it's easy for me to just quickly look over here and see like, oh, let me just go ahead and take this trade on this account and still be over here scalping. But yeah, that indicator is a beast. I think let me see if I still have the free version on my NinjaTrader. I feel like I deleted it. A lot of times I just download stuff. I'll put it on my charts, try it out. Just sometimes I ain't even trying it for myself. I just look at a lot of stuff. And I really only do that because a lot of times when I'm in Discords or Facebook groups or like YouTube streams, like yesterday, somebody commented, oh, I don't have it anymore. It's on my computer, but it's not in NinjaTrader. But somebody commented asking him like if there was a way to show the profit and loss on the lines of your entry, stop loss, and take profit. If there was a way to show the dollar amount versus showing the number of ticks. And so, you know, Nutty was like, well, mine only shows that because of this indicator I have. I was like, hold on, there's a free one. I'll get the link for you. So that's honestly why I look around for indicators all the time. It's just so that I can be like a resource for people. There's almost, if there's an indicator that you're looking for, I probably know where you can find it. Whether free or paid, I probably know where you can find it. Because I just be out there looking at a whole bunch of stuff. Whole bunch. I need to write down 40 minutes before I can go back to sleep. You're welcome, Amelia. You are welcome. All right. What did I say I wanted to look at? Oh, all right. It's the inside trades with the lower level. Does the level inside I need to write feel like that's it. How many trades did I sit out of today? Was it 2? I don't know till I journal. We are just not really creating the patterns that I want to see. That's why I haven't taken a trade since whatever was the last time. What was the last time? 10 o'clock or 10:04. Oh, well, that was the one that I got out of. No, it wasn't. That's the one I just took. Yeah. So 10:04. Yeah, Trade Devils and Ninja.co are 2 of the best indicator vendors for NinjaTrader. I like affordable indicators as well, but I mean, they don't really have like the type of indicators that Trade Devils and Ninja has. But Trade Copier, I would definitely always go with affordable indicators. I'm trying to think of what other vendors are out there. I like them the most. The only thing I hate about Ninja, so Ninja is where my support and resistance indicator comes from. The only thing I don't like about Ninja is their website. I don't know why they ever changed it, but it sucks. I hate it. But aside from their site, they have really good products. That's also where I have the version of the half trend that I use. It's their solar wind indicator, but it's a version of a half trend basically. 197. I was looking for this sale, but it just invalidated itself. So I gotta wait. Volume definitely dried up though. There's only like 197 in this reversal candle, which is not normal for after 10 o'clock. Usually because the market has slowed down so much, the reversal candles typically have way more volume in them than the reversal candles before 10 a.m. No divergence buy no matter what. What are you going to do? My major level is right here. So we created some divergence below it. And we are trying to create structure above to continue the uptrend. But it's very likely that we could also just reject here and actually push down. Kind of hard to tell. 30 minutes before my nap comes. All right, let's see how we react right here. We kind of need to get back above the rotation level in order for it to really be able to push up, because for as long as we keep creating more rotation levels going down, it's very unlikely that price is going to push up. We got to break one of them, break the structure. This card. All right, let's see. No buy, I'm not worried about that. Really, I'm just looking for the next sale, it looks like. I feel like my sister came in here to bully me into responding back in the same day. Yeah, it's the same one we got. All right, girl, give me 30 minutes. So with Nutty saying that his NinjaTrader was just down, I wonder, let's look at what the Discord is like. Still nothing, y'all. Oh, this week has been wearing on my patience. All right, I want to really see it clear this zone. I really don't want to see it get stuck here and consolidate, but considering how we're kind of on a rip up a little, not really a rip, but yeah, we're in a clear uptrend for the day when you look at like a 5-minute chart. So I wouldn't be surprised if we immediately reject the trend change and continue to push up. But until it makes a decision, I can't really do anything. I either need to see some price action around up here, or we need to see some price action down here. Let me see. Come on, market. If I can just get one more win in before the session ends, I'll be happy. Thought I was the only one counting down to my daily nap. I usually don't take naps, but me sleeping 2 hours Honey, I need it. Otherwise, I'm gonna be a cranky heifer for the rest of the day. And that's no bueno. $158. Please don't do that to me. Today is testing my patience, my strength, my thought process, my belief, everything. Because it didn't even have to do all of this right there. All right, well, there's the rip through. Damn. All right, I was hoping that we would reject off of the pivot level there, but we pushed right on through that. Pushed right on through. So let's see what kind of pullback we get now. All right, I can't take that. $179, $282. Oh, well, we pushed up too high. I was looking for this divergent sell, but we pushed up a wee bit too high. I didn't want it to touch this that sell pressure line. Did not want it to touch there. Technically, this level is still a thing because we didn't really clear that right there. W appears to be setting up. Obi, what chart, what time frame are you looking at? I'm quite sure that probably all but one of my losses today is going to be something that's refined in my strategy. Like it's a very small tweak. The good thing is I'm not having to make major tweaks anymore. So that makes me happy. Every day it's like, oh, I just want to look at these 2 little things or these 3 little things. Most of the time I don't tweak anything. It's just a matter of I have more data, I have a hunch. Let's see if my hunch is right. A lot of times my hunch is right, or I already had a hunch but I didn't have enough data, so now I feel like I've seen this set up a couple more times. Let's see what the data says. But yeah, my goal is not to be able to mitigate every single loss, but the majority. The majority. I've given myself a crazy task, but I'm built for it. I'm built for it. 15-minute chart. No, not indicators. Let's see, 15. How do you trade that? Oh my gosh. How do you do it? Listen, when I tell you I commend anyone who trades, basically I commend everyone because nobody trades Rincos. But I commend anyone who can make sense of time-based charts and be consistent with how they make sense of it, because it just never makes sense to me. But like I told you guys, I was introduced to Rincos 10 years ago when I first started trading, so I've always just seen the market so different. But I made the 2-minute charts work. All right, we're kind of in a weird area right now. What I really want to see is price break above the zone. I have 2 zones that are overlapping, and the only reason they're overlapped is because until this thick pink line turns green, this initial level of where we change from an uptrend to a downtrend is still valid, like it's still active. So I always remove the zone once that level changes, which it has not yet. The MNW are very complex. I commend anyone who makes my lunch. Applejacks. Girl, you've been on the road this week. Once you figure it out, everything makes sense. You know what, Obi, you can say that about practically almost anything in life, but in trading, you can say that about any strategy, really. Like, almost every strategy can work to a certain extent. You just might have to trade it during certain market hours, maybe avoid certain news events. You might have to put certain parameters in to be able to filter through, potential losses, because if you have enough statistical data that says like, yo, I trade this kind of MA cross, but if I add some volume to it, or if I add VWAP to it or something like that, it changes my perspective of how I'm trading it. There is a way for you to be able to quantify almost any strategy and develop edge in almost any strategy. You just have to figure out what needs to be added or taken away, possibly, for it to work out. Because I'll tell you guys, before I started trying to figure out this thing in regards to volume, I was already trading on Rinko charts, of course. I was using a 20 and 2 chart at one point. Then, of course, like with the other, with the other instruments that I was trading, it would be like a 10 and 1 chart, 8 and 1 chart, whatever. But I was already trying to do this. I was already trying to trade pullbacks and divergence. I was already trying that. At one point, I was trading more like MACD divergence, RSI divergence, that kind of thing. But I found that I prefer volume divergence. It's just my personal preference. And I actually started learning a little bit about what volume divergence was, because I was on Trade Devil's website, just looking through the indicators. I wanted to see what they had. And I believe it's the order flow. Maybe it's the order flow zigzag indicator. And it talked about volume divergence. And I said, never heard of this before. I've heard of RSI, using different indicators for divergence. I've never heard of volume divergence. And just based off of that one little thing that they say, that one maybe sentence, maybe 2 in the description of that indicator, that's what caused me to start looking at divergence in a totally different way. Never bought the indicator, but just reading through, it gave me a different perspective. And that's also when I was like, let's look at volume, period, while we're trading. Because before, I don't even remember what I was doing this time last year, but I know I was trying to basically do this, where I'm just, taking every lower high, taking every higher low, like that kind of thing. I know for sure that was kind of part of it. And yeah, it just was not, it wasn't sustainable over time. because I would have really good days and then I would have really bad days. Really good days, really bad days. So it's like, all right, well, I can clearly see that we can't just take it because it's a higher low. Now we got to quantify something. And that's when eventually I got into trading it with volume. Who knows? Maybe one day after doing all of this, I won't even care about volume no more. Who knows? I don't know. But for now, that's kind of the way that I'm wanting to do it. We'll just see how that works out long term. Same pattern I see, you may interpret differently, but we get the same result. Absolutely. And that's why when the few veteran traders tried to come in telling me to go look at a daily chart or whatever, I had to remind them, like, yo, just so you know, we can all look at the same exact chart and we'll interpret things different. Let people trade how they're going to trade, because they're going to trade that way regardless of you telling them what to do anyway. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't like any charts aside from Rico's, because I'll interpret something as a higher low that you don't, or vice versa. Whereas on Rico charts, there's no question if it's a higher low or a double top or whatever. What time does earnings come out today, Vanessa? Baby, I have no idea. I don't trade earnings. I'm usually gone by then. Doesn't look like it would make it there today. Let's see. What is it? Apple earn? I feel like I saw in the chat somewhere that it was Apple earnings that were coming out today. Looks like the Apple earnings are at 4 o'clock today. There is someone, I have to find them, but they always post the earnings for the week, and I feel like it's in a Facebook group. But I don't know for sure. They have like this chart where it takes a bunch of the different companies that make up, Nasdaq or the S&P, and the big companies, more specifically, I think the tech companies, they'll every week they'll post what the earnings are for the week. I have to figure out where that is. Maybe it's in a Facebook group. Let me go see. And I'll let you know. It's probably this group. Let's see, let's search for earnings. Nope, not that group. And I know because the person posts it all the time. Maybe it's in the Discord. Ah, there it goes. All right, hold on. All right, no trade here. Let's see. It looks like they get it from Earnings Whispers. Yes, Earnings Whispers. I've never been to this website before, but if you go to earningswhispers.com, there's a calendar that you can look at, and it looks like they have a free, okay, so it looks like if you want the, you need a free account to continue. Looks like if you want to look at like the month or week, you have to have some kind of membership. I don't know if the free version comes with all of it or not. But if you want to look at today specifically, let me see. Oh, it doesn't say what time or anything though. Oh, yes it does. All right, so yeah, if you hover over calendar, hover over calendar or click it and then click the day. And if you look, it'll tell you the time right there, right underneath it. So it looks like Apple comes out today at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 4:30 Eastern. Hopefully that helps. Just went and seen the time. You are more than welcome. Yeah, I never know when earnings or anything is because I am long gone. Not thanks, Professor Applejacks. No problem. I told y'all I just be wanting to be a source of knowledge and a resource. I knew I had always seen it in one of the Facebook groups. Let's see, that's not gonna work out. We got 10 minutes left. My body knows it's time to go back to sleep. My body knows we got 15 minutes left. Except I am gonna journal first, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm one of those people, I rather journal while everything's fresh in my mind and the charts look the way they do, because if I close NinjaTrader and I reopen it, unless I turn the tick replay data on, which I hate doing because it takes forever to load, my zigzag's gonna be messed up and everything that I write down for the trades will be messed up. So I like to journal right away. And plus I know by the time I wake up from my nap, she's not gonna want to journal. So I'm gonna make sure I do that first. It shouldn't take long. I only took how many trades? 9. That won't take long to journal at all. And then it shouldn't take long to go through the one little thing I want to go through today, because I already went through the one for the volume divergence. I already went through that, so I really just got to go back through and like write all the trades down, because when I'm reviewing something specific, right, I will, flip the page in my journal and I'll like write down a headline of what it is I'm looking for. So for this one, I'll just put like the divergence and I'll say what the specific pattern is that I'm looking for. And then I'll go back through all of my data that I have so far for that particular one, and I'll just write down all the trades. And like I always write everything down in a specific order. So then that way, once I write all the trades down, I can quickly look like, what's the volume pattern that was painted? What levels did we hit on the entry bar? What levels did the previous reversal bar hit before I entered the trade? And it allows me to look through the data super duper fast. What takes the longest time is like filtering through to find all the trades first, because I literally have to go through basically kind of 2 notebooks. So going through, finding them, writing everything down. And sometimes I just wrote these trades down, a couple of weeks ago, but things have changed. So I try to I kind of remember if it's something I've already looked at before. Like this, I had already looked at it before. So I knew that I only needed to write the trades down that happened since April 18th or something like that. That's not what I want to see. Because I can always just add that to the data that I already have from the previous time I wrote it. So that helps. This looks nasty. Where was the other? Almost at the same exact level. Almost the same level. So initially, when we changed to a downtrend, is the, oh, it is. I'm like, why does that keep scrolling like that? So initially, we changed to the downtrend in this zone down here, right? And we immediately rejected it, which made me feel like we were going to use this as a support zone. But then we created this new uptrend right here and we immediately rejected, but it looks like we're trying to push through finally so that this can act as a level of support. Did my zigzag just disappear? Oh no, it didn't. I thought it disappeared. And we were constantly rotating over this rotation level, which also let me know that we would likely break through it. We just had to kind of consolidate near that in the middle VWAP level first, but there's the breakthrough that I wanted to see. Actually, that's incorrect. I don't need that anymore. All right, and I'm looking for something specific pattern to trade. With the pullback, if we get one. My minor trend changed from a downtrend to an uptrend right here, like literally right at the yellow line. $4.46. Basically a W. Let me go feed myself before I lose it, get some sleep, and have a good day. You as well, Applejacks. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. And I'm gonna get my sleep, I promise. I told my friends already, don't call me, I'll call you. Let's see, 446. So what I'm really looking for is a quick push up, but I'm not sure if I have to break even at the overnight high. So I don't think I have that as a rule. And I did that earlier, I think, and I didn't need to. We pushed through it. Ooh. That trade is about to invalidate itself now. I was hoping we would get through, but nope. I could look for a divergent sell, but I would need it to stall just a bit, but I can't have it stall for too long either. So we need to see how we're gonna react off of this overnight high. Not quite. We were almost pushing it. We almost hit it in this candle, but didn't quite get there. Curious to see if this divergence is going to end up setting up or not. we push up too much, then I'm gonna be looking for something totally different, which I am now. Volume of the current swing is now more than the volume of the previous swing, so now I'm looking at volume a lot different. Kind of want a quick reaction here. We stalled too long, that's over for this trade. Maybe we will push off the VWAP. A quick push off the VWAP. Let's see. All right, I stalled too long. This is the same volume pattern I lost earlier. Literally the exact same pattern. So I'm curious to see what's gonna end up happening. Only thing that was different was it reacted off the it wicked off the overnight low versus the VWAP. We're ending the session. So I'm gonna end up at least reaching my goal of not being more than 250 negative today. So that's good. But I do know that by the time I finish journaling, it was supposed to be a green day, like every day that I'm red. Just gotta finish putting the little tiny small pieces of the puzzle together. I'm gonna say I really actually want to see how this is gonna end up working out, since I did lose this earlier. Good morning, St. Patrick's trades. Well, afternoon. It's now 11 o'clock. But this is legit the same exact volume pattern I lost earlier. It's basically reacting off of my minor level at 561. It's rejecting there. Or attempting to, at least. Alright, so it won that time. But I do want to solidify that rule of not trading it, because basically it would be 1-1 today. And for me to have 8 weeks of data and that volume pattern only set up twice, which was both today, I'd rather just avoid it. I'm gonna show you guys how it turned out when I traded it earlier, just so you guys can see. Actually, let me go and look to see what time the trade was, and then I'll show you guys the balances on the accounts and stuff like I always do. 36. Here it was right here. So uh-oh, if I remove that zone, this, so same thing where volume of this swing was more than the volume of that swing. Price didn't, this reversal bar didn't react off of anything prior to, but we had the support of the overnight low. I was wicked out, but it would have never hit my auto break even because it only went 14 ticks in profit versus 16. So I was wicked out for the loss anyway. But then you guys just saw when it wicked off of the VWAP, it worked out just fine. But that would have just, like I said, made it a 1-in-1 type of situation today. I know what pattern I want to look for, so that'll be a pattern that I just don't trade at all in the future. It all works here at 10 o'clock in these parts. Oh yeah, it's always morning somewhere. For me, it's still morning because I'm a night owl, so until it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's still morning to me. Let me show you guys what the accounts are looking like. So I'm definitely not going to reach the goal of getting one of the 25Ks funded by tomorrow. I was hoping for a better day today. That would have kind of made me feel like I could get a little close, but it's all good. We had a decent enough start to the week to where yesterday and today wasn't that bad of a hit on my accounts. All right, let me show y'all. And I will move the data lag timer out of the way. So, essentially I'm down just a few bucks this week, which like per account, I don't count the 50K accounts because remember on Monday, I think it was, I multiplied by 5 on the first 50K and then by 2 on the second 50K. So I'm really only paying attention to the 25K accounts. This one I just literally started on Monday, so if you just go based off of the balance of that, you can see I'm basically down $15 per account right now, which for me, cool. I think last week I ended up like negative $25 on one account, negative $16 or so on another account, and then positive $16 on another account. It's been a very long time since I've had like that little of a loss or just having a profitable week, even if it's just a tiny bit. So that lets me know that I'm seeing progress. And even after the first 4 days of this week just being here, I'm happy. I'm content. So only thing I'm like, is I could have really just went ahead and failed this account because I don't like not having the $500 in drawdown that I'm missing, but that's just a matter of doing what I'm supposed to do with trading. You know, I gotta stop sitting out of trades that I'm not even that iffy about. I don't know. Just call me dumb. Okay, it's okay. But yeah, so that's where we are right now. I thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. I might, starting next week, I might start streaming a little bit earlier, but we'll see. I kind of want to see one full week of like either all green days or like maybe like one red day or something. And then I'll start trading or start streaming when I trade near the open, just so you guys can see that like I still trade the same way. I don't really get discombobulated. Now, some of the opens are a little crazy, but I just want you guys to be able to see like how my thought process is around the open. Nothing really changes with my strategy at all, but just being able to see that I think is pretty cool. So we'll see. It might be a couple of weeks before I do that, but yeah, as long as I come around, you'll never be the dumbest person. Don't say that. Don't say that. But yeah, I thank you guys for tuning in. Please, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to journal for the next 45 minutes and then I'm going to sleep. But I hopefully will have a lot of energy tomorrow versus today. 2 hours of sleep just was not enough. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Bye, guys.